diagnosis with rheumatoid arthritis is life-changing for everybody, and one of the key things that NRAS wants to do is to be able to offer some real support to people both at that point and from then onwards with their life with the condition. A concept which they may not have come across before will become increasingly important to each of those people, and that is about self-managing. Most people understand the concept of self-care. If you cut your finger, you put a plaster on it. If you fall over, you put something on the graze. Self-management is the thing you have to do. It's the extra mile you have to go when you acquire a long-term condition like rheumatoid arthritis. And it means managing both the condition itself and the impact that it has on your life. One of the things that we're conscious of is that the world outside, and including in that bodies like NHS England and NICE, the National Institute for Clinical Excellence, recognise the importance of this. And indeed, NICE has actually identified and written a quality standard which says that from 1 month after diagnosis, everybody with RA should be offered some form of support to help them self-manage better. So we've developed a fairly straightforward approach. We offer 3 simple interventions for people on that new RA treatment pathway. And we think it's really important that the health professionals do see it as part of that formal pathway. The first, which we call new to RA, very obviously, is for people newly diagnosed. And it gives them that essential opportunity to both share with other people how they're feeling, their reactions, their sense of, in many cases, isolation, and sometimes even disbelief, the sort of why me feeling. But it also begins to give them those first beginnings of support and some skills even that will help them better self-manage in the future. The second one is for everybody who has the condition and has lived with it for a while, and for some it might be just brushing up a little bit on some of those self-management skills. For quite a lot of people it will actually be introducing them the first time. The third one, which has been around for a while now and is not dissimilar to other self-management programs for people with other long-term conditions, the RA self-management program runs over 6 weeks, and it is quite simply for people who are really struggling, people who are having great difficulty with their disease control, other aspects of their life which may be crowding in on their ability to manage themselves and their illness. It's not for everybody, but it is incredibly effective. What we think of and describe as a pathway using these 3 interventions is very similar to the formal treatment pathway. And we ask 3 things: that the healthcare professionals acknowledge that yes, self-management is truly important and should be an integral part of what they offer. The second thing is that they genuinely recommend and in fact possibly even formally refer people to these interventions. And the third thing, which is why we are called commissioned services as part of NRAS, is that we want commissioners, the people within the NHS who actually fund and pay for the kind of interventions we're describing. We want them both to see, acknowledge the importance of them, and to commission these services on a regular basis for their populations locally with rheumatoid arthritis. If that happens, we don't just believe, we know that those people will have better health outcomes. They will have a better relationship with their health professionals, and ultimately, and it is sadly one of the more important considerations at the moment, it will save the NHS money in the medium to longer term. NRAS offers this, it can do it, and we know it works. For you, if you're watching this as an individual with RA, I think one of the things we would say is, if this sounds like something you would benefit from, something you think could add to your ability to live better with the RA you've got, then ask for it. Make a point of going to your GP the next time you see your consultant or your nurse specialist and say, these things are out there, I believe it would be good for me, what can you do in order to help me access these things?